I'm a full-time sculptor. I live in Throckmorton, Texas. Been building sculpture since I got out of college in 1980. My main focus is building large-scale outdoor sculptures, and I show them in different venues, mostly in Texas, but do some things in New Mexico, California, southeast states. Most of my work's welded steel. A lot of it's kind of based on the growing up in rural West Texas, and humor finds its way in my work a lot. The last couple of years, I've kind of got more involved in some environmental thoughts. So I've been building ravens for the last couple of years. It's kind of been an image that keeps reoccurring. And I'm using found objects for some of them, welded steel for some of them. And some of them I'm using shredded tires off the highway over a steel armature. Just things I picked up. And there's a lot of stuff I'd like to have. When you go to Kennecott, you could make sculptures for a lifetime over there, but stuff's kind of off limits. So there's plenty of stuff around. It's a raven made out of driftwood, willow limbs, and some bound wire, different kinds of wire. I like the idea of just showing up here and finding enough materials to build a sculpture, and with whatever I've got, which here it's kind of just basically hand tooled. I like that idea that, if you're truly an artist, you can find a way to make art. Usually after I do something like this, when I go home, then I'm energized to make new pieces. And, you kind of get bored at working in the same spot all the time. And it's interesting to meet new people. Just a little different lifestyle than where I live in Texas. Not used to having to heat my water and take my shower. That's all right. They've always fascinated me. Before I started using them for an image, something I've always watched, and I think they're very social among themselves. And some of the sculptures I've done with them are kind of social interactions where you can tell one's kind of holding court and other ones are either not listening or whatever. And then I read a lot about the Native Americans' thoughts on the ravens, and there's a lot of the tribes consider them to be messengers, and that's kind of the way I'm presenting them in my work. The environmental things are that they're messengers, either from the past or to the future. So that's kind of my thing with them is I just consider them messengers. I like the shapes of them. I said I like watching them. They're pretty ubiquitous, everywhere you go, where there's any outdoors. They don't like the cities, but anywhere you go, there's outdoors, you see ravens, and different sizes, different personalities, kind of. I've got a couple of commissions that I need to finish. I've got one raven piece to build, a small one. Got an alligator to build to go next to some people's pool. I'm working on. And I've got one drawn that's going to be a big outdoor piece. It's a stainless steel tree that's kind of abstract, and then sitting in it, there's 7 ravens, and they're all in different kind of poses, and it's called A Tree Full of Wisdom. The outdoor pieces, I try not to keep them at my house. That's my goal, is to keep them in shows and whatever. So right now I've got a couple of pieces outside, and I've got 6 pieces in shows around the state and in New Mexico and California. So my goal is to keep them away from my house because nobody finds me in Throckmorton. Nobody finds my work in Throckmorton. So that's that, and I knew that when I moved there. But that's what I do is I find shows and venues to show them and haul them where people can see them.